live. I can't be as loud. My son is sleeping, but the Cavs just won. 10:45 in the evening. The game is over. Welcome, everybody, to the latest live edition of the Bullpen with Adam the Bull. I'm a big mess. I had to change my shirt at the last second because when the game ended, as the game ended, I kind of like jumped a little bit and I knocked some water onto my shirt. I was wearing just, I don't wear collared shirts in the middle of, late at night to watch the game on my couch. But I spilled water all over my shirt. I wanted to jump on here live as soon as possible. Fortunately, I had this collared shirt dry, down here dry. And so I'm, I got the chest hair out. I'm ready to go. I guess I should button up. Nobody wants to see my chest hair. So, and that's where we are, courtesy of Bet Rivers, the live post-game show as the Cavaliers defeat the Orlando Magic 104-103. And I don't want to compare it to the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors, where the Cavs won their first championship and ended a long drought of championship seasons in Cleveland. But I'm going to compare it anyway. The block by Evan Mobley is what seals the deal. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell made those 2 free throws. But let's face it, folks. It was in the down the stretch of this game. It was the Max Strus and Donovan and Evan Mobley show. Evan Mobley stepping up when they need him the most. 14 points, 13 rebounds. He did very little until late in the game. But down the he was grabbing boards, but played strong defense. But when it mattered down the stretch, as this game went back and forth time and time again, Cavs great in the first quarter, terrible in the second, played a little better in the third. Orlando coming back in the fourth, teams trading blows back and forth in this game. But Evan Mobley on great passes from Darius Garland, well, first Max Strus and then Darius Garland, hits 2 easy buckets. And then with the Magic trying to tie the game, it was 102-100 in the closing seconds, Magic with the ball. And the villain himself, Wagner, goes to the basket. And it looks like he's going to make a layup to tie the game. But no, instead of that, the block shot by Evan Mobley. He gets that long arm out there, blocks it. Donovan Mitchell gets the rebound. And Donovan, who missed a free throw, Donovan Mitchell goes to the free throw line after Mobley gets it and the foul. And then, but Donovan Mitchell, who had missed that free throw earlier, the 1 or 2 of the free throws earlier, he missed a shot that could have increased the lead in the final minute. But in the end, he makes those free throws, makes it 104-100. Banchero, who had a great game for Orlando, hit a 3, but that was it. Less than a second left by the time that ball, I think it was 0.1 left. Garland gets the inbounds pass. It's all over, and the Cavaliers, it was not easy. As I said, they didn't play great at times. Donovan Mitchell disappeared for moments, for a while in this game. Darius Garland did very little offensively after the first quarter. He scored 17 in the first quarter. Most points ever in a first quarter by a Cavalier not named LeBron James. But he only had 4 points the rest of the way. But as I said, a big assist. Great pass as he kind of hooks it around 2 Orlando players to get Mobley for the second of his big shots. And I'm not going to lie. There was a point early in the third quarter where I texted my colleagues on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and I was like, Max Strus sucks. That's what I said in the chat group. I'm like, they brought this guy in to be the playoff guy. He'd done nothing the first 3 games of this series. Nothing. 25 points in the first 4 games. He shot the ball terribly. He was 3 for 17 from 3. Again, nothing. I mean, he got some rebounded well in those first couple of games, but that was it. And first half of this game, he was doing nothing and took this really ugly shot in the beginning of the third quarter. I text the guys. I'm like, he sucks. I'm frustrated, just like I'm sure you were all frustrated. But down the stretch of this game, third, fourth quarter, He was huge. Finally stepped up when they needed him. He played great defense. He scored 16 points. He shot 4 of 10 from 3. He had 6 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and only 1 turnover. So Max Strus, again, was doing nothing for 4.5 games, came through big in the second half. And it was the others that stepped up at home. Again, on the broadcast, they said Donovan Mitchell having a great game. I don't know what game they were watching. Donovan Mitchell did not have a great game. 2 assists, 4 turnovers, and he was 9 of 23 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. I mean, he has moments. He wasn't awful, but he didn't have a great game. But, again, Max Strus and Mobley. And you know what? It's a bad job out of me. The third guy I got to give a lot of credit to is Morris. This guy, they just picked him up off the street. And Marcus Morris had, when the Cavs were struggling, a big defensive stop, and comes down, hits a 3, hit 2 threes in this game. Only Darius Garland and Strus hit more threes than Morris. 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 9 from the field, 12 points, 3 boards, and no turnovers. So you look at just the box score and the points, and you say, oh, Mitchell scored 28 and Garland 23. They led the way. And again, Garland, fantastic in the first quarter. I'm not saying either of them played terribly. They didn't. But down the stretch of this game, it was Mobley, it was Strus, and it was Morris. 3 of the others that made some big-time plays on both ends of the floor. They had to, with Jarrett Allen not playing in this game, the Cavs had to find other ways to get things done. And they only got out-rebounded by 4. It was looking worse earlier. And the Cavs got to the free throw line a lot late after there was a big disparity early, and they kept bringing that up on the broadcast. Of course there's going to be a big disparity. The Magic play more inside than the Cavs do, especially with no Jarrett Allen. So it wasn't a surprise, the disparity. But the Cavs hung in there without Allen, with at times Donovan looking banged up, with getting very little offense outside of the first quarter. Again, Garland, fantastic in the first quarter. Quarter for the ages, but he only scored 6 points the rest of the way. And the other guys came through. Huge night. Evan Mobley, Max Strus, and Marcus Morris combined to go 17 for 33 from the field. Over 50% shooting between Mobley, Strus, and Morris. Great job. Great job. And so the Cavs take care of business. Got not much from LeVert off the bench. Tristan Thompson gave him some energy. He made some nice passes off the bench. Sam Merrill played for 6 minutes, was 0 for 2 for the field. In the loss, I mentioned Banchero. He had a great game, 39, 8, and 4. Shot the ball really well, even made 4 of 7 threes. But Franz Wagner, the enemy, he made some big plays, but he didn't shoot well. 1 of 6 from 3, 3-11 for the field, took some bad shots, finished 14, 5, and 6. Wendell Carter Jr., I thought, played well for Orlando, 7 and 11. Some good defense, 3 blocks from him. But Harris got hurt. He didn't score. And again, their guards struggled. We saw that in the first 2 games in Cleveland, and we saw it again. Harris, 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from the 3. Suggs, 5 of 14 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. Fultz, he shot it well, 3 of 3. But Anthony went 1 of 4, 0 of 1 from 3. Those guys really struggled. And the Cavs took care of business. And there were times in that game where you're like, I don't know. I was worried. You're holding your breath kind of the whole time. But I thought the Cavs would win today. I picked them to win today. I've been picking against them a lot. But I thought they'd bounce back. They didn't cover. But I thought they'd bounce back. The home court has mattered. But this is the first game that it was close. I mean, they were all blowouts until this game. But in this game, the Cavaliers took care of business. It wasn't easy. We're holding our breath the whole time. But in the end, they got it done. 104 to 103. That is the final. By the way, I'm keeping my eye on the Guardians, too, for those who may not have been paying attention tonight. The The Guardians had a 3-0 lead early against the Astros on a 3-run homer by Josh Naylor in the first inning, his 7th of the year. Carrasco then got blown up, gave up a 3-run homer to, it was Bregman, right? Yeah, Bregman hit a 3-run homer, his first of the year, to tie the game in the bottom of the third. Astros then got, I believe, their first 5 straight base runners off Carrasco home in the 4th inning, including a 3-run homer by journeyman John Singleton, and they took an 8-5 lead. But the Guardians came back with a 5 spot in the 6th, a 2-run homer by Andres Jimenez. We were just talking about him today on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, his first of the year, and then a 3-run shot by Estevan Florial. A couple of weeks ago, it looked like he'd be cut, but when they bring up Manzardo, and by the way, Kyle Manzardo in AAA, another couple of hits, hit another home run today. He's got 7. I think he's at 7, and he didn't have any for the first week or so of the season. Manzardo's got to come up, but 8-8 bottom of the 8th between the Guardians and the Astros. So if this game still ends before we finish this live podcast, then I don't know. We'll see. But we'll keep you up to date. Altuve, I'm trying to watch it here off the corner of my eye. Altuve just got a double. So runner on second, 2 out in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Again, 8-8 is the score. Let's get some reaction from the fans, and we'll see what you got to say here. Okay. Anthony, hey, Bull, big fan. Thank you, Anthony. Todd's just here for the party. Chatufu, dude, the bases were loaded. We need to get one in. It was the fools who voted Naylor over Remy for hitter. Naylor just hit a 3-run homer. He can't come through every time, Chufu. Big win, Joseph. Yes. Anthony, I'm here, buddy. I'm here. Let's see. Happy for the Cavs, watched on TV, watching guards. We got to get our nightly 2-0. Bregman's up again here in this situation. This would be a heck of a day. And they got out of it. Bregman popped up. So they're going in the 9th, tied at 8. I may be ahead of your TV. I know. I'm looking. I got it on the TV over here, and I got it the live thing on my phone as well. So I saw it on the phone first. So 8-8, they go to the 9th. All right. Yeah, guys, I see the Marcus Morris messages. I did get to it. I waited a little too long on him, but you have no microphone audio when we switched scenes to the score picture. Oh, I'm sure we figured that out. Hey, Bull, do you think the Cavs are expounding too much energy in the series to be able to compete if they win, or we'll be okay because the Magic are top defense? Listen, I don't think I'm not going to lie. I don't think the Cavs can beat the Celtics, but who knows? You're playing with house money. One step at a time, Eddie. You got to end this series. It's not going to be easy. I don't think the Magic clearly are not going to go down lightly. They've played great at home. I still think this game's getting to a Game 7. You didn't lose me. Are we back? Guys, are we back? Yeah. Okay. People saying they lost me here for a second. Orlando, a great defensive test. Yeah, yes, they're having to work hard in this series. If Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell are healthy, then the Cavs will have a chance to compete. They're obviously going to be a huge underdog against Boston. Now, that series is not over yet. They're playing Game 5 of that series tomorrow, I think. No, they play, tomorrow. And how about the? I didn't really get to see it. I was just watching it on my phone as I'm watching the Cavs game, and I'm watching the Guardians on my phone, and I see that the Knicks and Sixers are close. So I put it on my phone for a second, but I didn't really see much of it. But the Sixers hit a 3 by Tyrese Maxey, basically as time expired in regulation to tie it, and then the Knicks scored, I think, the first 4 points or 6 points in the overtime, but then it was all Sixers after that. They won 112-106, and at the half, the Bucks lead the Pacers 53-48. Pacers trying to end that series. So the other Eastern Conference series, you got the Knicks up 3-2, and you got the Celtics up 3-1 with that game tomorrow. Josh Hader pitching in the 9th to Stephen Kwan to start the 9th inning in this 8-8 game. Hader has not been good. Obviously, he's been a great closer, but he's not been good this year. Let's see. McConnell, Niang can stay on the bench. He's so slow, isn't hitting shots. Didn't play at all tonight. Didn't play at all. Sam Merrill deserves a run. I don't think he's going to get it. Gave him 6 minutes today. Missed the 2 shots. Fans have been begging for Morris to play. Well, he got his chance, and he came through big time. Great performance by Morris. That was like the Mike Miller performance that Jason Lloyd was looking for a few years ago. And you got it from Mike Morris. Karen Phillips, hi, Bull. I wish they would let Sam Merrill play more. Cavs forever. I don't think it's going to happen, but I love you, Karen. Thank you. B. Bird, nobody cares about the Guardians right now. Don't be a hater, B. Bird. Why can't we show love to both teams? I'm mostly talking about the Cavs. We can show love to the Guardians, too. That's obnoxious. Let's see. Phil, I owe Morris an apology. He balled. Yes, he did. Mr. Roll-Up, Niang is trash. No more minutes for that bum. Seems overly harsh, but he hasn't played well. Let's see. Drew, the Celtics don't have 5 guys that are 6'10". That's why DG and Mitch are struggling this series. Yeah, but they have way better offensive players, Drew, than the Magic do, and the Cavs. Listen, one step at a time. Can we get through this series first? Didn't we learn our lesson from when they went to Orlando? You got to finish up this series. Let's worry about Boston when we get there. The one thing is the Celtics will have all the pressure. That gives the Cavs a chance. Diesel, Mobley's takeover starts tonight. I hope you're right. I hope we see more of that. Knicks were up 6 with 25 seconds left. I didn't realize they were up 6. That is a bad joke. I still think they win. Tristan and Morris need to play more. If Allen's back, Tristan's not going to play at all. But Mobley, Morris is, I think you got to give him more of an opportunity. I don't get crazy. You still want Allen playing, but I think Morris is going to get some run, no doubt. Was the Florial homer right after the Cavs hit the big 3? They were pretty close together. Stephen Kwan on first. Oh, what are we doing here? Why is Jimenez bunting? I don't understand. Why we bunting? Play to win here. Killer instinct. I don't like that. And now Jose struck out. All right. I don't like the bunting. You know how I feel about bunting. I hate that. I hate it. All right, well, we're going to have to wrap things up before the game is over. Hopefully the Guardians will take care of business and get it done. On tomorrow's podcast, I'll talk obviously more about the Cavs winning this game, which was huge. And we'll talk about the Guardians and hopefully getting it done, blowing a 3-run lead, and then coming back down 5, hopefully to win this game in the 9th. We shall see. Let's see. Mr. Roll-Up. Cav, nothing to worry about against Boston. Cavs have 0 chance in that series if they get past the Magic. They don't have 0 chance. They're a huge underdog. They should be a huge underdog. They probably don't win. But again, the Celtics will have all the pressure in that series. But can we take it one step at a time? Let's see what happens here. Let's see. The Cavs still got to finish off this series. The Magic have showed a ton of fight the last 3 games, and this game could have gone either way. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Plasma Void. You got it. It was fun doing the live show. Hope you enjoyed the instant reaction. In the end, a great win by the Cavs. A lot of fun. Hopefully, one more win, and the Cavs can win their first series without LeBron in 31 years. We're 1 win away. That's the first time they scored over 100 in the series, and they needed it because the Magic scored 100 for the 3rd straight game. Great night, everybody. Love you all. Thanks to Max and Monzo for producing. I'll have a podcast out tomorrow. I'll be on UCSS tomorrow. We'll do another live podcast Thursday. I'll be on UCSS Thursday. Friday, I'll come on, do instant reaction to Game 6. And if there is a Game 7 on Sunday, we'll do instant reaction to that as well. All right, love you all. Everybody sleep well. And we'll talk to you later. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Check out that Bet Rivers app. Although I blew it on the parlay today. My baseball parlay was a disaster. I apologize. I'll get back on track Friday. We got to get it going. All right, love you all. Have a good night. Cavs, take care of business Friday night. End this series. No Game 7. But we'll see. All right, see you all later. Have a good night.